Year of the Snake is coming to a close, ladies and gentlemen. This is the final day of Year of the Snake. Tomorrow marks the first day in Lunar New Year. I'm over here messing up in the beginning of my video. Actually, what? We don't mess up over here on this channel. Let me stop. Guys, I'm feeling really good, and the reason I'm feeling really good is because I am on my second day of my 2-day fast. And during my 350-day challenge series, I said one of the mistakes I was making is I kept announcing when I was going to fast, and that was barring me from fasting. So I stopped doing that, and I'm literally all the way almost through day 2, and then day 3 is going to be, piece of cake, no problem, because on day 3 is when I'm at the when I've personally observed in my past fast, when I'm at the height of my energy, but I'm seeming pretty high on energy right now. There may be a fluctuation throughout the day, but I'm not even going to observe that because I'm feeling amazing. I had like some real crackhead hours yesterday, not actual crack, ladies and gentlemen, and the YouTube algorithm, but I was, very hyper, very like my mind felt very clear, and I felt really pulled also to kind of pull myself back from at least even scrolling through memes. I'm not a type of person that gets stuck doom scrolling in a bad way and just letting things flood my mind, but I do get hung up on memes and jokes and a lot of comedy content and a lot of philosophical content. So, I was feeling this pull yesterday to kind of remove myself from really paying attention to any social media this year and build. And that can change throughout the year, but I think I'm just going to dedicate this entire year to building, taking risks, ambition, really embodying that fire energy from Year of the Horse. So yeah, and my sun sign is an Aries, so you already know. Your boy's gotta take that Aries energy, Year of the Fire Horse. I actually seen clips of, you know, actual Chinese people who are talking about their culture. They're, this is where all of the Chinese zodiac comes from, and people saying, some of them saying to wear red, to not wear red because it's like, fire energy already because of Year of the Horse. But what cracked me up was like, I'm an Aries. On top of wearing red and it being Year of the Fire Horse, is that like triple fire? Is that too much fire? But anyways, I'm just making this video to, just kind of say my final goodbye to Year of the Snake. It has been an insane and intense year for me. I'm talking things changing in my family, new things getting unearthed, new things getting realized, old chapters coming back to try to end, and just it was so much, shifting, visiting new places that I am so amazed that I have a really just amazing partner in my life to experience these things with and take risks and adventures, and just I've been to the most amount of parks and like state parks and stuff and just fun places that I have with my partner. Like we were really riding the wave of like a Year of the Horse energy in Year of the Snake when we took a risk to just jump and go to what is it called, Jim Thorpe in PA. But we drove there and it was just fucking amazing. And I absolutely have had the most interesting year, man. Even leaving, my parents' house, everything. And I don't even know what's to come or what's to, meet me in the future. But I'm honestly just, you know, I don't know if I'm saying this saying right, but letting the reins off, and I'm just, let's just go, let's follow through, let's see what happens for this year. But the one thing that I'm going to keep consistent this entire year is I'm not doubting myself. I'm going full force energy. I told myself at 25 I'd be mastered, so I'm keeping that promise to my younger self who had those dreams that when I was 25 I was going to be mastered, and literally it seems to all be playing out divinely. So I'm on God's timing. I am God. It is what it is. You are too. So, really unlock your divinity. It takes a lot for me to say that in a video because I already know there's going to be the schizo comments or something because it's part of my awareness to be like, did you say you were God? Yes, sir, and you are too. And this is a manifestation, and all this is a manifestation. So I'm hyped for this year. I hope you guys are sharing in the hype. There's no reason not to be. There's so much coming out in the world right now that it should prove to you for this year that you should go all in. You should not give a fuck. Be unapologetically you and just power through. And just, I don't know, just move forward. Like, for me, I guess the thing I want to let go and say, and it almost like it gets me a little bit emotional, is just being like, push, push, let go of anything holding you back. And this is like a note to myself, but also just the energy I've been on going into this Lunar New Year. Funny enough, my one brand that I'm under on YouTube is Lunar was lost, so the Lunar New Year. It's just funny, but well, one thing that has just been is like a note to myself, but I feel like is a very powerful note to anyone out there is be so powerful in letting go. Let go. Don't let this energy, like, man, just don't let that energy from old versions of yourself really play out this year. Take all this numerology, Chinese mythology, take it all serious and prove something to yourself. That to me is true self love. When you give everything that you may be seeking outside of yourself to yourself. For me right now, a big thing is finances. I'm understanding how my nervous system has to feel safe and wealthy and abundant within myself before I can even experience those things. And it's also why I'm so good at love. I genuinely get in my heart understanding someone, understanding their pain, their trauma, where they come from. This understanding, has blinded me in the past from allowing certain things to, this is why I talk about protect thine energy, which will be a video coming out. But, it's just, you know, really, really, really getting within myself and just feeling wealth, feeling wealthy, feeling a gratefulness for everything I have and all the people who've helped me among my journey. I send love to all of them. It's never any, whether, you know, paths didn't last that long or they were short lived or whatever. That was the same thing. But nonetheless, you get what I'm saying? I got nothing but love to send out, no hate towards anyone. I never really hated anyone anyways, but I'm just moving forward with this year of the horse, going strong, making the best connections I can make in my life, be powerful, show up authentically, and just move strong, move powerfully, move with intention, take the risk. You know, I'm moving. I'm not all the way into my late 20s yet, and I'm not even in my 30s, but I really want to set myself up now for all of that. And I think I have with all the wisdom I've gained over the years, but I really want to be like the master at that time where it's like, yeah, I know absolutely what I came here to do, what I can't how I came to express it. And the thing is I kind of get that now. Being my most authentic self, showing up for me is like pretty much one half of the equation already solved. So I'm just gonna stay on that wave, be powerful. And I love you guys. And I'm gonna keep making great content over here. I'm just gonna let it flow. I may not even do like spiritual, philosophical kind of like motivation. I would say I'm mostly motivational content right now while talking about spirituality, but any video I do, you're going to feel the energy through it. And I'm always going to make it an intention and just set it before every video to make you feel better and to understand that you are the power and you can make yourself feel everything that I'm telling you in video. Don't rely on anyone out here. Give yourself that love and energy and that power. And I mean, you'll glow brightly. So if my videos can be that daily affirmation or thing to get you to realize that, then I've done my job as what I feel like my purpose here is to do is to just through living my truth, it, magnifies. So anyways, done with this video. It's a great video. I love you guys. I love everyone who checks out the videos, leaves a comment, shares it. Share this video with anyone in your family that needs some good energy for this Lunar New Year. And let's start. Let's kick this off. Love y'all.